is about investing in productive industries, is about controlling our banking system rather than continuing the re-privatisation of RBS, for example. I'm sure Tony would be interested in those views.
He said a lot of people are supporting us, particularly young people supporting us, who want a very different Labour Party to what they've had in the past. He said Tony Blair's big problem, he was still awaiting the Chilcot report to come out, a reference to the inquiry into the Iraq War. With this lunchtime, a former Labour Foreign Secretary, Margaret Beckett, was on Radio 4's The World at 1 to talk to Edward Stern.
Last night, one of former Prime Minister Tony Blair's former special advisors described those who nominated Jeremy Corbyn so that the party could have a debate as morons, which is... You're one of them, right? So, do you plead guilty to being a moron?
Well, I have to say, at no point did I intend to, I'm afraid, always around this person. No point did I intend to vote for Jeremy myself, nor to advise anybody else. The candidate I'm working with is He Burns.
There's an important point here, there's a point of substance, isn't there? Do you regret doing that? Do you regret nominating Jeremy Corbyn in the light of the way his campaign has taken off?
To a certain extent, to be honest, yes, I do.
Jeremy Corbyn, Liz Kendall, Yvette Cooper, Andy Burnham, one of those people will be the next leader of the Labour Party. But who gets to choose? Who's got to vote? Our political correspondent Ian Watson has the answers to all my questions. Who can vote first, Ian?
Well, there are 253,566 fully paid up Labour Party members. Those figures hot off the presses, Eddie. But under new rules introduced by Ed Miliband, in addition, you can now join up at a cut price rate. How's it looking?
First of all, if you're on the motorways, everything is coping quite well so far this evening. We do have the cycle racing in Sheffield in the city centre, of course, this evening. Pinstone Street is closed from around about now, and other restrictions will be going into place in about half an hour's time. The circuit includes Furnivall Gate, Arundel Gate, Norfolk Street and Surrey Street. Traffic looking particularly heavy and slow if you're going out on Sheffield Parkway towards the M1 at junction 33 and Catcliffe. More in 15 minutes.
16 minutes past 5. Nick's got the headlines.
A man arrested yesterday in connection with the murder of a 65-year-old whose body was found at his Wombwell home on Friday has been released on police bail. Police now say they want to speak to a woman seen in High Street in Wombwell just before 7 o'clock last Monday evening. That's the 13th of July. A 12-year-old girl who was visiting central France with her school has died in an accident at a lake. The girl, who hasn't yet been named, was on a water sports trip with a group from Wolferton School near Hull. And Tony Blair has warned Labour it can't regain power by shifting to the left. The former PM said supporters whose hearts wanted traditional socialist policies should get a transplant because they were being dumb. The weather forecast should be dry for the rest of today with some sunny spells this evening. Mostly dry tonight and dry and sunny tomorrow. The low tonight 9 degrees, the high tomorrow 20 Celsius.
Grandparents of a 3-year-old girl who can't be looked after by her own mother say they're devastated of being blocked from caring for her. As affiliated supporters and get a vote in the leadership contest as well, but they point out that their advice to members in the past wasn't always followed. They said, the man we've had so much of in this programme, they said don't vote for Tony Blair as Labour leader, and guess what the members did? They all went out and voted for Tony Blair. So it's very difficult at this stage, the contest not concluded until mid-September, to know exactly whether union members will take their leader's advice.
We all know as a result of the general election that people have more problem than ever with the credibility of opinion polls. How much credence has been given to this latest poll we're talking about, and how much influence might the Daily Telegraph's campaign have on it? This is the campaign to get Telegraph leaders to pay £3 to have a say in the Labour leadership election.
I think not just a pinch of salt, a kind of salt mine, if you like, Eddie. We have to bear in mind when it comes to opinion polls, not just because of what happens in general.